Welcome investors! Today I want to talk with you about investing in very risky stock. What does it mean to invest in risky stocks? It means that you put money that you can lose and you can survive without this money. Right now, most of the stocks of good quality companies recovered from the panic of March 2020. And only we have opportunities in risky niche markets. Today we'll be talking about investing in uranium and uranium stocks. How do you invest in uranium? You go to Amazon or eBay and buy uranium ore 238. The ore 238 is safe to handle, but you don't want to leak it. And you don't want to touch this with your hands. That's why it's better to wear the gloves. Even enriched uranium is apparently not much an immediate health risk. The radiation can't get through your skin and can't do much harm unless you start eating it. And you don't have to worry about radiation. Just store your uranium in your basement and wait until prices go up. Of course, this is a joke, and this was a piece of cheese. And this is not the way you want to invest in uranium. Although all what I said is true and accurate, you can really buy uranium ore 238 on Amazon or eBay. And it is legal to own uranium ore 238 because it is a safe isotope. Another uranium isotope, 235, is used for nuclear fuels and nuclear weapons, and you can't buy this one on Amazon or eBay. What will you find in this video? 1. Uranium market overview. 2. Stack of energy fuels overview. 3. Disadvantages of owning uranium stocks. And 4. Advantages of owning uranium mining stocks. When uranium is mined, it comes usually in two isotopes, U-235 like we talk and U-238. So U-235 is mostly used as a fuel to nuclear power plants, but before it used has to be enriched to around 5%. Then it creates a self-sustaining nuclear reaction that simply releases the heat that can be used to produce electricity in a nuclear reactor. If you enrich uranium over 95%, then you can have a nuclear explosive reaction. Results of this were seen on August 6 and 9, 1945. The uranium industry suffered a major blow after the 2011 Fukushima accident. Right after the accident, Japan and the entire world shut down as many nuclear reactors as possible. This caused the prices of uranium went down drastically. Demand dried out to historic low levels. But around 20% of electricity in the US right now is being produced from nuclear power plants. And those plants are constantly consuming uranium. This will cause that the current reserves are getting smaller and smaller, eventually causing that utility companies will have to purchase more uranium from mining companies. On the top of that, there is, in year 2021 and 2022, a lot of long-term contracts for uranium expiring between utility companies and mining companies. Right now, we have situation where uranium sells for around $32 per pound spot price, and long-term price is $36 per pound, and the cost of production is around $67. This abnormal situation is causing world-leading uranium mining companies to temporarily close some of their biggest production mines. What will closing of those mines cause to the uranium industry? This will cause a decrease in a supply, and when the current reserves are depleted, buyers have to line up for more uranium. But since there will be less supply, there will be a significant increase in the price per pound of uranium. And we will experience a huge rally in stock prices of uranium companies. That was just a brief overview of uranium market. Let's take a look at the specific stock of the uranium company, which sounds very interesting. Energy Fuels, together with its subsidiaries, engages in the extraction, recovery, exploration, and sale of the uranium in United States. The company owns and operates the Nichols Ranch project, the Jane Doe property, and the Hank project located in Wyoming, and the Alta Mesa uranium project located in Texas, as well as White Mesa Mill in Utah. It also holds interest in uranium and vanadium properties and projects in various stages of exploration, located in Utah, Wyoming, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado. The company was formerly known as a Volcanic Metals Exploration and changed its name to the Energy Fuels in May 2006. Company was incorporated in 1987 and is headquartered in Lakewood, Colorado.
Energy Fuels. Market cap of the company is $240 million. Enterprise value is 231. But what I would like to take a look is on the balance sheet of the company. Of course, company has been losing money for many years because uranium market is completely down on its knees. But if you take a look here, total cash which company has right now, it's $28 million, and total debt is $16.5 million. So what does it tell you? It tells you that the company is in good financial shape so far, and if you would like, it can pay off their entire debt right now. And actually, I heard Mark Chalmers saying this, that they are planning to pay off the debt completely within a year or two, which is, I think it's a great news, especially for a very small company like Energy Fuels with market cap $240 million. Not many companies of this size can pay their debt within a year or two, like fuels are planning to do. Revenue of Energy Fuels, of course, after 2011 nuclear accident in Fukushima in Japan, was going down drastically. So 2015 was 61 million, 2016 54, 2017 31 million, then 2018 31 million, and 2019 just 5.8 million. But in 2020 estimate is 11 million point 63 revenue, and then in 2021 the estimate revenue is $15.48 million. So the predictions are optimistic, and you can see that revenue is predicted to go up. I think because of this, that demand for uranium is going to start picking up. This is a chart of the price of the stack of energy fuels, and you can see that for past 6 months stack went up 50%, went from around 85 cents, which was in March, in panic of March, which completely everything was being sold. Not only uranium stacks, all the stacks were sold, gold stacks were sold, everything was sold. So for past 6 months, stack recovered 50%. Then let's take a look at the year. So for past year, stock is up 4.92%. But I always like to take a look at the long distance, long-term view of the stock. And let's take a look at the maximum chart. So this looks much more interesting. This huge rally here where the stock hit $234, stock of the company went to $234, and right now the stock of this company is $1.79. So it is penny company which had the price tag of $234. Of course, this was accumulation of very low supply and then huge demand, and boom, we have a huge boom in the uranium market. And then of course the boom went down, and then we have another boom in 2011. But this boom was cut short on, I believe, March 11, when the Fukushima accident happened, and right after the stock energy fuels went up $70, then went down flat, slowly going down $10, and then going down more. But around 2019, you can see started slowly picking up the pace. So this is very interesting case. And if you believe in the cyclicality of the industry, of the uranium industry, and as well as commodity industries, you can see that sometimes in the future we should have another huge boom in the uranium market. Right here, you can see my energy fuels holdings. Altogether, I own 14,582 shares. So I started buying recently in July 28th. I started buying. I bought 1,000 shares. Then July 30th, another 1,000 shares. Then July 31st, another 1,000 shares. And then August 25, another 1,000 shares. And then August 28th, boom, I bought 10,582 shares. And some of them are up, some of them are down, but it doesn't really matter for me right now, because this is longer term, I would say, holding slash speculation. I would say between 5 to 10 years, uh, I'm expecting another uh, uranium boom. I would say closer to 5 years. Besides energy fuels, I also have Cameco. Cameco is a leader in uranium production in the world. Actually, it's the second largest company after Kazatomprom. So Cameco, I own just 100 shares. In July 28, I purchased 100 shares. So like I said, this is a longer term holding, and I'm not expecting really huge profits after 2, 3 or 5 months. I'm gonna wait and be extremely patient uh, until until the market realize that these companies are worth much more than right now, because right now they are beat up, everybody hates them, and not many people are buying them. So but that's the place where I would like to be as a contrarian investor.
What are disadvantages and dangers of buying energy fuel stocks? It is a small company with a market cap of around $200 million. With all small companies, if something goes wrong, it can derail the company permanently. 4 disadvantage points I would like to mention right here about the company. 1. If there is another Fukushima type accident, we may have to wait another 20 to 30 years for prices of uranium to increase. This would shut down the uranium industry for many years to come. 2. If there is a serious mining accident with many casualties, this can cause huge financial liabilities which can exceed what the company can handle, and it can bankrupt the company eventually. 3. If the majority of the utility companies will buy uranium outside of the US because of the cheaper price and the lack of domestic production. This is done actually right now. Most of the uranium is bought outside of the US because US production is marginal and it's not even covering 1% of domestic demand. This can bring energy fuels down on the longer run if prices of uranium don't go up. Point number 4. If the current reserve of utility companies are so big that the buyers will not have to buy new uranium fuel for many years. No one really knows what the current uranium reserves are. That's why this is a big unknown right now. All those factors are causing that investing in small companies such as Energy Fuels is very risky, but it is a calculated risk because Energy Fuels is a company with already existing and operational mines. This company has been around since 1987 and has a huge experience in mining uranium. On the top of this, Energy Fuels has a very experienced management team with Mark Chalmers as a CEO. Mark has around 40 years of experience in mining industry all over the world, and this is very important, especially for the uranium industry right now, where companies like Energy Fuels are losing money every year instead of making it. This is a very hard time right now for all uranium mining companies. Nuclear energy is the future because there is no emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and solar and wind are not going to provide enough energy to cover all the growing demand for energy all over the world. Within next 5 to 10 years, we should have a huge rally in uranium prices and stock prices of uranium mining companies. suddenly we will have a lot of small uranium mining companies being created, which are much riskier investments than energy fuels, because most of those companies will not have any operational facilities or mines. They will only have strategies on the paper and investors putting money into them. Unfortunately, majority of them will fail, like with startups in all fields and industries. It will be a similar situation to the gold mining industry right now, where you have big producers such as Barrick Gold, which equals Cameco in the uranium industry. Then you have a mid-tier producers like Yamana Gold, Kinross Gold, and in the uranium industry there is Energy Fuels. And on the bottom you have junior miners in the gold industry, and in the uranium industry you will have as well. All those small mining companies offer the biggest possibility for making the biggest money, but at the same time they are the most risky, and you can easily lose all of your money. Personally, I stay away from the junior companies in the gold industry and the uranium industry as well. You really need to have extensive knowledge and experience in order to go to the junior mining industry and be successful picking the right stocks. Currently, I'm building my position in Energy Fuels, which is a perfect fit for very simple investor like me. I'll post the videos over the time when I buy additional shares of Energy Fuels and Cameco as well. Cameco is much bigger company than Energy Fuels, with market cap around $4 billion. If you have any additional information about uranium industry and Energy Fuel stocks, please share them in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time with me right here. If you like this video, please share this with your friends and subscribe to the channel. There will be more interesting content coming in the future. Thank you very much again. Have a great day and always fight for your happiness!